you know that inside our body there are wires that transfer electricity? Yes, those wires are neurons, a very special type of cells. Neurons have a body or soma and a projection or axon. The axon is the wire through which the neuron sends this electrical signal. The electrical signal arrives to the terminal of the axon to produce a synapse. A synapse is a complex mechanism that allows the communication of one neuron to another, or in some cases to a different type of cell. But I'm here today to talk about the neurons that nobody talks about. Do you know that neurons are all over the body and not just only in the brain? That's right. Brain neurons are those that work in learning, emotions, and memories, but there's a lot more that neurons can do. We have, for example, the whole sensory nervous system. These neurons are in charge of making us sense the environment, like feeling hot and cold temperatures. And I can say that living in Calgary, these last ones are activated the most of the year in my body. These neurons have the characteristic of being bipolar. They go through the Arctic Ocean to the Antarctica. Oh no, wait. They are bipolar because they have projections in two directions. One of them goes to the spinal cord, this whitey thing that is inside our spine, and the other one goes to the periphery, to an organ in our body. These neurons can be really long. They can be up to 1 meter long, and that's the case of the neuron that arrives to the tip of the big toe. Also, I guess you've heard about the fight and flight reaction. This is the reaction to a stressful situation that puts our body in a state of alert, so we are ready to confront the situation or to run away to avoid it. This happens, for example, when you are going to go to write an exam. On one side, your body tells you, go get it, you can beat it. But in the other side is saying, you better go home, you can write it another time. This job is done by the sympathetic nervous system. These neurons increase our heart rate, sending more blood to your muscles, so they are ready to run in case of danger. This neuronal system is part of the so-called autonomic nervous system. It is autonomic because we don't have the power to control it. Another part of the autonomic nervous system is the parasympathetic system. These neurons control the state of our vital organs, like the contraction of the heart or your breathing. And think about it. You're thinking all day about making your lungs breathe? I don't think so. At least not before somebody tells you to think about it, as I'm doing now. And last but not least, I would like to talk about these weird neurons that are located in the digestive tract. Have you ever heard the saying, our stomach is our second brain? I cannot be objective here because I love food. And the state of my belly changes my emotions completely. If I'm hungry, I'm mad with everybody. But if I'm sitting in front of a big burger with fries, I can even start singing and dancing in my chair. But that is not why it is called our second brain. These emotions that I just described are actually controlled by your brain by a mechanism that is called reward. But I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about the neurons that are in the digestive tract. And we say that it's our second brain because there are more than 500 million neurons there. It is huge and it's so important that it has its own name, the enteric nervous system. These neurons are also autonomic. They work independently from our brain. In between many other functions, they produce the release of enzymes to the stomach to start the digestive process. And think about it again. After eating that burger with fries, do you tell your brain to send signal to your belly that you need these proteins to start digesting? No, I don't think so. These neurons work on their own, and they do an excellent job by themselves. With all that being said, I hope I convince you that neurons are more than just memories and emotions, and that those wires that transfer electricity play important roles for the well-being of our entire body.